Hello and welcome back to another video from your University of New Money, University of New Mercy, UNM.nu. Num Num, you seem to like that at the Telegram group. And so anyway, it's time to do one of those normal videos. I know like the last three videos I think I did were me shooting a basketball. If you're investing in Planet, I don't think that helps you whatsoever. I shoot a basketball just to get exercise. That's all the exercise I get these days, besides like walking to Old Town. And then also just gets my mind off of crypto. This was a hectic week. Can't wait to get into things. Tonight I'm going to call this the State of the Planet address, kind of like our idiot President Biden does the State of the Union address here in the United States. This will be my State of the Planet address as of now. A lot of craziness this week in crypto. We had a flash crash, which almost liquidated some of my assets at Green Planet, so we'll go over that. Definitely want to cover, today I bought over 100,000 Gamma. I can show you how that affected my portfolio. I didn't do a before and after, and so one of the things, I think it was Zeno over at the Telegram group, or maybe one of my YouTube commenters, they wanted me to go ahead and do a video on, just more buying and selling at Planet. I personally think it's extremely easy. Byzantine and Company has done an amazing job to where now you click a button and it pretty much walks you through in terms of like approving a coin being transferred, zapping it in, zapping it out. Like doing the pools, doing the vaults. It pretty much is a step-by-step process. It works very well at the Trust Wallet. Maybe it doesn't work as well as some of the others, but I can tell you in my experience, in terms of like making transactions at Planet, whether it's swapping coins. This week I had to cash out of pools because I wanted to keep from being liquidated on Green Planet. Cashing out of pools is easy. Cashing into pools is easy. Cashing out of vaults is easy. Cashing into vaults is easy. So I don't know if I necessarily need to do a video on that. This week was kind of hectic. I didn't have time to, properly set up my YouTube in order to record me selling and buying in pools and vaults. But what I do want to cover is my different transactions, my different APYs, which again, I didn't get my APYs this morning before I bought that 122,000 Gamma, I believe it was. Part of that was my pool earnings and vault earnings. Part of that was just Gamma I bought outright. But let's go and jump into the video. Enough seeing me on the screen. I think we have a lot to cover. So let me start sharing here. And I think it's working. Seems pretty good. Hopefully what you see on the screen is what I was telling you, is that around the top middle of the screen is I got 66,244 Gamma. In terms of my earnings at Planet, as you can see, is if you build up your portfolio at Planet, the earnings you get there are insane. And then I had a pretty stupid investment with Perry the BNB, as that was recommended on Telegram group, but it was one of those meme coins. It's kind of like Pepe and I guess Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. Is I thought I'd take a shot at Pepe. The BNB turned out to be a rug pull. I still invested a little bit more thinking it could rebound, but today I cashed out my whatever it was, like $920 and got some Gamma because it was dirt cheap at around the 1.5 cent range. The cheapest I've ever bought it is 1.3 cents on Valentine's Day. I didn't want to get greedy. I thought today was a good buying opportunity, pumped up the price to 1.6 cents, still dirt cheap. I mean, Aqua is still $18.33. I believe Jay at the Telegram group has accumulated like 500 or more Aqua there. So congrats out there at the Telegram group. Those of you who are accumulating Aqua and Gamma, keep doing so. It's going to rebound. I know we're all waiting for this Gamma revamp to essentially, I mean, we don't know the details, but based on the proposal to where you're going to have to own some of the Gamma BNB to get rewards, that should help liquidity. The fact that you're not going to be able to cash out so cheap, that's going to help boost the value of Gamma. So we'll see. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. Don't need to save that JPEG. I guess the first thing we could look at before I get into the news of the week, which is so crazy, is this was from my last video. Go back the three videos that I did on basketball. The one video before those three basketball videos had this content in there. Maybe I can go ahead and show that here. This is the video when I was making it. Right now, it's actually less than $50 per day because Gamma has gotten so cheap, but I'm just keeping that in the title because I know we're going to get back to not even decent Gamma prices. We're going to get back to less cheap Gamma prices, is my opinion. But we had some nice comments on this video. Again, love how I ran out of time. So excited about Planet. You know me. Great video, great content. Like the positive earnings and negative earnings. So like essentially, like what you owe on Green Planet and what you earn on Green Planet can't be too biased. I like to see a video where you buy and add pools or IV vaults so others can see how to do it and the difference Gamma makes to the APRs. I will do one of those videos in the future when the time is right, when I'm not stressed out and pressed for time and when I have my setup. It'll come, as I know that would be a good video to make, because even though I think it's easy, there's all different skill levels out there, and plus maybe your wallet works differently than my wallet. So I will do one of those probably, I'm thinking the end of October, because that's when I could go ahead and redeem my pool earnings, my vault earnings, and it makes sense based on my BNB fees. And then maybe I'll go ahead and buy something in terms of the vaults and pools at that time, just to make it a more comprehensive beginner's guide video. But also love how you refer to yourself as Num Num. I'm going to keep that up. It's kind of a catchy name. Got to admit, it's kind of growing on me. But anyway, these were my percentages in my last video, which, God, could have been more than a couple weeks ago. You're going to see my percentages went down. Now, the reason my percentages went down is, as you'll see, back then, Aqua was $19.29, which doesn't really affect your returns, but Gamma was 1.9 cents. This morning, Gamma was down to 1.5 cents. So just the fact Gamma had decreased in value so much, my APYs had gone down. But in terms of my APYs going up from adding over 100,000 Gamma, I'll try to do that based off of my memory as best as I can. So here, just to have a point of reference, I was getting 175%, 170% on my highest earning pools. Now, if we go to my pools here, you'll see that my APY, I mean, ignore the Hey USDT because that one is a new pool. I think it's still calibrating, get stupid APYs there. And if it doesn't calibrate, keep giving me 547% APY. I'll take that. But ignoring that one, you'll see my highest APYs are 169%, 160%. So slightly less, which may not make sense because I bought some Gamma this morning. So you would think that due to Gamma boost, it would go up. But I can tell you is, again, I didn't get a screenshot or anything like this. You're going to just have to take my word. But I believe these percentages were more in the 150% range. So it boosted it like 10 to 20% just by adding a little over 100,000 Gamma. So Gamma boost really works. And at my level, you got to remember is I have about 1.3 million Gamma right now, and it's based on a square root curve. And so at the beginning, when you're buying Gamma, your gains are going to be a lot greater than later on in the curve, is just because it is the square root of Gamma times the square root of what you're earning based on your holdings, based on your pool holdings, and based on your vault holdings. So as you get more Gamma, the returns from Gamma boost decrease, but you still get an increase. And it just, based on simple math. Let me bring up a calculator here. Okay. And this is how I like to think of things, since I do have a minor in math from the other UNM, which is the University of New Mexico, not .nu, that's .edu. But okay, anyway, I digress. Let's say you go ahead and double your Gamma. So whatever level you're at, let's say you're at 100,000 Gamma, you get to 200,000. Let's say you're at 1 million Gamma, you get to 2 million. Let's say you're at 10,000 Gamma, you get to 20,000. You're doubling that. So that's 200%, which is 2. You go and take the square root of that, and that's 1.41, which essentially says that if you double your Gamma, you should get roughly 40% boost, which is still good enough for me. So even if I went from like 1 million Gamma to 2 million Gamma, which at these prices, I guess is kind of my goal right now, is I was happy just to get to 1 million Gamma. But as long as these prices are this cheap, as long as I can accumulate the rest of 2023 into 2024, which again, all it takes is huge marketing and some whales coming in, and then my strategy is totally blown out of the water, kind of like it was in February when the price went from 1.3 cents all the way up to like 10-cent gamma. So if that happens, I'm going to have to adjust my strategy. And don't get me wrong, I hope that happens, because that would be a good problem to have. We're all hoping that we could instantly overnight go from like 1.6 gamma, 1.6 cent gamma to 10-cent gamma. But anyway, as of right now, I'm just looking at that. Still, if you could double your gamma holdings, you're getting a 40% boost. I mean, again, maybe the math behind the scenes isn't this perfect, but since it is based on the square root of gamma, you can look at the equation at the Medium page. In fact, we'll go there. Getting a 40% boost for doubling your gamma holdings, to me, is totally worth it in the long run, since I'm looking at $1 gamma plus down the road. We'll see if we get there, but I mean, those are my high expectations. So anyway, so boosting my APY from like 150% to 170% by increasing my gamma from whatever it started the day, just under 1.2 million to now it's just under 1.3 million. I'll take that. So taking a look at the Medium page, because again, I jump all over the place and I forget to these topics if I don't do it right now. So like we can go ahead and go to, let's just go to Planet. Obviously, it's my number one favorite right here, my number one favorite crypto. I mean, Bitcoin's king, don't get me wrong, but Planet really is my number 2 crypto, which granted, I keep my ETH, XRP, a small percentage of my Bitcoin there, mostly just to be able to borrow on Green Planet. But again, I digress. Let's not digress. I get onto tangents and then forget to cover everything I want to cover. So nothing new in terms of the weekly update. We don't need to talk about that. I don't need to go to Medium. I went to the wrong place. I need to go to the docs because I wanted to show you the square root formula. So again, if you go to docs there, I believe it's on Green Planet here. Should be under... Not entirely. It might actually be under Blue Planet the more I'm thinking about it. I haven't navigated the docs in a while. These need to be updated at least partially, I believe, and I think they're working on that. I mean, the one thing that definitely needs to get updated is this Arthur at planet.finance. He's not even involved with the project anymore, so it'd be good if they update that. But anyway, metrics, G tokens. Where in the heck is it? Maybe I just need to go one by one. Okay, not that. I'm sure it's right in front of me. And again, doing these videos real time, sometimes I freak out and get nervous. I'm sure it's here. Unless it's here. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Again, it's actually a well-structured table of contents over here. Sometimes I just freak out where everything that I'm looking for is exactly located. But here you can see the rewards are based on the square root of I gamma times your holdings in the various pools and vaults. And so based on the square root of I gamma, again, your returns are going to decrease for each additional gamma you get, but you're still getting additional gamma boost, plus it's being multiplied across all of your holdings. So that makes it extremely powerful, in my opinion. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover there. Now we can get to landing, which I don't even know if there's much I want to cover here other than a huge glaring thing you're going to see is my collateral value went from 47,000, my borrowing from my collateral value went from 47K and my borrowing went from 30K to collateral value 36K and borrowing 23.6K. And so what happened this week is there was a huge flash crash, which put me at risk of liquidation, as you can see from my original graph right here, as I was in the 80%, 81% range, which means that, I mean, the math may not be this perfect, but you could say if crypto crashed 20%, that's the range where I would be at threat of liquidation, because once this gets to 100%, you're going to you're going to start being liquidated. Well, guess what happened last week is there was a flash crash where crypto actually did go 20% down in like an instant. We'll say a minute or two. It freaked me out. Once I saw the graph, I'm like, this can't be real. And I'll show you coin market cap. And at that stage, that's where I had to start liquidating some of my assets. I actually liquidated some of my Green Planet assets, which is why the collateral value went down so much, going from 46 to 36. Part of that is because of the collapse, which happened this week, as we've rebounded a little bit since then, but not totally. So a lot of it is because of that. But I also sold some of my BNB, AVAX, ADA, which, again, the bad thing about selling that is that provides collateral, which boosts the amount that you're allowed to borrow. But I sold that so I could pay off my borrowings. So it was one of those things. This might not have been the most efficient move in the world, but at that point, I was kind of like, I just don't want to get liquidated. This is going to be the simplest thing to do. Is I'm going to reduce my AVAX, ADA, BNB, cake holdings, and sure, that's going to decrease my collateral value. But if I just use that to pay off some of my USDT borrowing, it's still going to reduce my borrowing percentage. Maybe not dollar for dollar. It's not like when I actually threw in like $1,000 last week to pay off some of my borrowing. That was dollar for dollar. Is that reduced my borrowing value 1,000 without affecting my collateral value? And that really affected my borrowing percentage and kept me from being liquidated. But still, I just want to provide this as an option, is that still by selling your green asset, your Green Planet assets, is it still helped me out just paying off some of my borrowings. You can see like my borrowings over here, which we'll get to in a second. The key is that I was at 81%. I'm now at 81.6%. So I did a good job of navigating a very scary time last week. And bringing this one over. This is where you can see my holdings. ETH, XRP, Bitcoin didn't touch those, as I'm long-term holding those. So I still had 10 ETH, 24,000 XRP, 0.17 B in Bitcoin. So you can see those numbers are about the same here. It's this AVAX, BNB. I even reduced my stable coins, Cake. I reduced these in order to pay off my debt here, mostly my USDT, which went from an $11,300 debt to $7,300 roughly. So, I mean, that helped me from being liquidated. That's the risk of borrowing. I knew the risks, is that I am borrowing because it provides amazing returns on Planet, but it just means you got to pay attention to the market and react quickly. And luckily I was able to do so. And hopefully you were too. Okay, closing this. Is there anything else I really want to talk about here? In terms of the percentages here, the percentages of the pools are more extreme. Is my highest holding, which I actually sold some of my BNB. I think I was at 1,300 BNB. Not 100% sure on that. I just closed my capture. Let me pull it up quickly. It might be on there. Yeah, I was at 1,300 BNB. Went down to 300 BNB, so naturally my percentage is going to climb drastically for APY, but even then, it's 152%, which is good. I mean, that does rival my highest pools, but then you look at my other cryptos, they're below 100% APY, so I'm mostly focusing on the pools these days, as they've been providing me the largest amount of gamma on a daily basis in terms of rewards. But you do your own strategy, you do you. Again, I hold a lot of ETH, XRP, and Bitcoin, not necessarily for the percentages. You can see it's 1%, 1.61%, 1.64%. I'm not doing that so much for the percentages, although the fact that I am getting interest on these large cap coins, I'd rather get interest than not interest. And it does allow me to borrow, and it does allow me to use those borrowings to earn even more on Planet. So that's a big reason for holding these coins here in my own personal strategy. I think we could actually close this here. We don't need this to be a super long video. We're at wow, that's already 20 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's do the crypto crash. Of course, that would come up right away. I should do flash crash. And again, I don't know if anybody knows 100% sure what happened. Did SpaceX, Elon Musk trigger it? That's been part of the rumor. It was very scary. This happened 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Show you the graph right here. Let me just go to Bitcoin. I mean, this is Bitcoin, the king of all crypto, the most stable crypto. And look what happened. Go to the 7-day chart. Boom, right here. In a span of minutes, Bitcoin went from 27,653. I don't even know if it's going to let me get down here. It might. Can I zoom in here? There we go. Bitcoin went from 27,653 down to 25,409.11 in a blink of an eye. And of course, XRP, ETH, all crypto pretty much followed that trend. So scary week. Got to pay attention to your crypto, especially if you're involved with it as much as I am. But hopefully everything turned out well for you again. Taking a look at Gamma here. Again, I had been planning to kind of take a break from buying crypto, but I was tired of holding my Perry, the BNB, which pretty much had no future, and said, you know what, prices got as cheap as they were going to get in Gamma, I believe. And so you can see 7 days ago, the price of Gamma was 1.9 cents, dropped all the way down below 1.6 cents. I believe I bought this morning, again, this computer is on UTC time, but I believe I was responsible for that pump right there. And it looks like somebody else recently caused this pump right here. If we go to the 1-day chart. Yeah, I believe I did this pump this morning and somebody else did an even bigger pump recently, which, way to go. Still dirt cheap. I mean, Gamma at 1.6 cents. Come on. I mean, Aqua below $20, keep accumulating, people. I mean, when you imagine when marketing really kicks in and people realize the value of Planet, what DeFi can do, this thing is going to take off. Nothing has deterred me from that. The developers are still working hard. Community, I mean, it's kind of a quiet week, not a huge amount of messages out there. So, I mean, it's not the kind of enthusiasm I've seen in certain weeks where people are just typing nonstop, a lot of communication. We're just kind of waiting for Byzantine and company to come out with this real tokenomics plan. Maybe that's what I can get to kind of close out this video, is Telegram group. See what's going on over there. So again, nothing really news. Joe emphasized this as the latest message in the general chat, tokenomics change. Boom, that's what everybody's waiting for. Good progress has been made. We'll be publishing the details and timelines this week. That's really going to be the huge catalyst. Until then, I believe we're going to see stagnant, if not decreasing prices at Planets to take advantage of this time. Once the tokenomics come out, of course, if people don't like the tokenomics, you could see whales or other mass amounts of users leave the platform, but I highly doubt that's going to happen because the proposal has already been voted on, and I can't imagine we're going to deviate too far from that. Go to Medium, great source. Again, we've been waiting. I understand that since Battle of the Dapps. Not much enthusiasm, but this is the calm after the storm, the calm before the bullish storm. This is the calm period where, crypto, it's like the stock market on steroids. People want to see huge price movements up and down. Right now, we're just at that calm point with Planet, other than the flash crash we had last week, which I don't know, it's hard to call last week a calm week. But in terms of Planet, people want to see news. People want to see what's going to be really done in marketing, what's really going to be done in development. So until this tokenomics comes out, I think we're just going to be in this state. Hopefully it's done soon, which I still believe in the team and the community. There was my comment this morning, how to buy cheap Gamma at 1.5 cents. Don't dump it, pump it. How low can you go? Again, when are we going to get to $500 Aqua? Can't wait. Again, Jay saying thanks to whoever's been stacking the $500 Aqua Plus. Great time to be accumulating is we all wish we could buy the absolute bottom, but I'm not a fortune teller, so I just dollar cost average, and I know if my 2, 5, 10-year vision comes true, it doesn't really matter if I time the bottom exactly. These prices are going to be so dirt cheap compared to where they are in the future if these projects turn out. If Bitcoin's going to succeed, if Ethereum's going to succeed, if XRP is going to succeed, if Planet's going to succeed, these prices, nobody's going to care if you bought Gamma at 1.3 cents, 1.5 cents, 2 cents, 3 cents. If Gamma gets to $1, like I think it can, nobody's going to care. You're still getting it at such imaginably cheap prices that obviously if you buy it at 2 cents and it goes to $1, that's 50x. You buy it at 3 cents, 33 cents, and it goes to $1. What was I going to say? Yeah, 3 cents and it goes to $1, that's 33x. So I mean, whether you 50x your money or 33x your money, you're getting a stupid X on your money. So I mean, like, go ahead and time the bottom. If you're a good technical analyst, if you're able to predict when people are going to sell, go for it. I'm not that good. So I'm a simple guy. Just buy cheap, sell later when it's higher. Pretty simple. And so really, as you can see, I mean, people voted on, Gamma or Aqua, which the vote actually turned out pretty exciting, as I believe it was only like 54% Gamma, 46% Aqua. I didn't get a chance to vote in this. I was busy with work and other stuff this week. I mean, this might have even been when the flash crash was happening. I don't remember. But yeah, we got 44% to Gamma, 45% to Aqua. I probably would have voted for Gamma, so I was with the majority. But I mean, my own portfolio has roughly 50% Aqua, 50% Gamma. So I mean, to me, they're equally important, which is kind of displayed by the poll here. Is, as you can see, Gamma boost. I mean, if you want rewards, Gamma boost. But if you're looking long term, as 737 Flight Simulator said, is if you want long-term capital gains, I mean, when you look at the fact that Aqua is being burned consistently and that Aqua is going to allow you to vote on the protocol going forward, that's extremely valuable. Right now, the whole voting aspect, I understand, is like we're still working on the base of the protocol and just getting marketing out there. But once you get to the nuances of the protocol in the future, I'm going to want to be able to vote on such issues. It's sure, I understand there's that one whale out there that has like 67,000 Aqua voting power, which is a huge amount of Aqua, given that, oops, clicked the wrong thing here. I was going to bring up a calculator. Let me go and pull it here. I forgot how much Aqua there is exactly, but let's just say it's 91,000. I think it's just slightly above that. Due to the 5x Aqua voting power, there's a total of 455 Aqua voting power out there. Well, if you go and say that one whale has, I forgot what it is exactly, let's just say 67,455. That Aqua whale has 15% of all voting power, which is significant. But that whale cannot control everything in the protocol. If that one whale votes one way and everybody else votes the other, the majority can still control it, which to me is important, that you don't have one centralized source of power, somebody who has 51% voting. At that case, that'd be pretty detrimental to DeFi and the protocol. So this whale has significant control, but not total control. So that's why I'm still all for accumulating Aqua, accumulating Gamma. I think both are extremely valuable. I don't know if I need to talk much more. Getting kind of tired. It's Sunday night. Kind of want to get ready for a good week. Got jury duty. Yay. To get my mind off of crypto again. People have real world problems out there at district court. Crypto, it's an important part of my life, but life goes on. There's things outside of crypto. So I think I'm ready to call this a night. If you've enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Always fun to talk to all of you. Not going to do basketball tonight. I did enough exercise recently. Need to recover. Do some huge exercise this upcoming week. We'll be in touch soon. I just wanted to at least recap everything. It's one of those times at Planet that, if I bring it up one more time, just because I just can't stop talking about Planet. I mean, we'll just bring up the gamma graph. Yes, actually, let's bring up Aqua since I already showed you gamma. You look at Aqua for the past day, and we'll go from there. Past day for Aqua. Nothing much. I mean, you had this pump and dump, whatever that was. Could have been a glitch in the calculation of the price too. Who knows? But not much price movement between $19 and $18.52. You zoom out to the 7-day. You can still see somewhat stagnant, slightly going down over the past month. Again, if you just go back 1 month, we were at $22.63, gone down to $18.52. Not great, but not horrible. I mean, it's just a great time to buy. Oops, went the wrong way. If you want to look at 1 year, sure. If you go back 1 year, we were as high as $60, and we've gone down to $18.52. Not great. How about all time? This is what gives me hope. Back here, you won't see the highest price, which right around here is actually around $2,300. This is going way back to October of 2021, as we've had significant price decreases since then. But can we get back there? Of course we can, as this is when DeFi was the craze. Crypto is booming at $69,000 Bitcoin. Once we start that bull run again, why can't we get back to where we were? Back then, we had 100,000 Aqua. Since then, we've been burning. We only have slightly more than 91,000 Aqua now. Once people get pumped up about DeFi again, pumped up about crypto, we're going to get back there again. I believe that. So I'm going to shut it off now. Zoom's telling me to shut up, running out of time, so I'm going to abide by that. You all have a wonderful week. God bless. We'll be in touch, my friends. Take care.